What is mediation? Mediation is a form of alternative dispute resolution. It is an alternative to trial. The parties typically hire a private mediator, who's very often a judge or another lawyer, and the private mediator acts as an independent person in the case. The mediator's role is to help the parties settle the case. Very often it takes place in a law firm or an office, just like this. The parties meet and they separate. The mediator moves between the rooms throughout the day. Again, his goal is to help the parties keep the conversation going. A good mediator will talk about the strengths and the weaknesses of your case and identify the issues that are important in settling your case. If a mediation is successful, as they very often are, your case will settle. If it is unsuccessful, as sometimes happens, the case continues on the track it was previously on, which is usually the litigation track. Why would you mediate your case? Well, there are several reasons. First, mediation gives you more control over the conduct or the progress of your case. In our litigation system, and especially before a judge or a jury, you don't often control the outcome of your case as much as we might like. But in mediation, the parties talk about the issues, the strengths and weaknesses, and can actually influence the outcome of their own case. After all, in a mediation, you decide whether the case settles. Importantly, mediations take less time than a typical litigation or trial track. For instance, it often takes 2 to 3 years for a case to get before a jury in our civil justice system. But in mediation, we can often get the case before a private mediator within months of filing your case. What should you do as the client in mediation? First, it's our job as your attorney to guide you through the process. We'll be there with you throughout the entire mediation. And as your advocate, we'll talk for you. We'll talk to the mediator. We'll help negotiate with the mediator and the other side. Often you'll be called on to answer questions privately with us and the mediator. Remember, everything that you say is confidential with the mediator. Most mediations are successful. A very high percentage of the cases we mediate with professional mediators do in fact settle. How long does a mediation take? Mediation typically takes anywhere from a few hours to an entire day. A successful mediation very often takes at least a half a day or more. In mediation, you will not be required to testify or present any formal evidence. However, we as your attorneys will prepare a formal mediation statement in which we outline the strengths of our case and present a formal demand for settlement if one hasn't already been made in your case. We then share that mediation statement with the mediator, either on a confidential basis or, if the parties agree, we share the mediation statement with the other side. We'll be sure to provide you with a copy of your mediation statement and talk about the issues in your case. We'll also be certain to prepare you for the mediation. In addition to this video, we'll meet and talk about the process, the time involved, the various steps, and the strengths and weaknesses of mediation for your case. If you have any questions about mediation, please feel free to call or email one of us.